YouTube channel, and we are still sitting on the same sofa. As I promised you guys, we will have another episode. So I'm here with my friends again, and this time we want to talk about some of the things that surprised us when we moved to Denmark. Because the cultures sometimes are not exactly the same. So, what are some of the surprising things you experienced when you came to Denmark?
Like in Uganda, we pray a lot. It's a country full of churches everywhere. Religions, born again,
Muslims, Catholics.
Muslims, everywhere you pass, even on the street, even on the road, people are preaching in cars. And they think, but here there is no that shouting. People don't preach a lot. There's one time when I went to church and I found there myself alone on the Sunday. So I had never seen it. It was my first time to go to church, and
you ended up alone in the church.
So you were the preacher.
Exactly. When I got home, one person from here told me that the church is only for the old people, because the youth don't like go. They don't like to go to church. Yeah, most of the youth here don't pray.
Yeah.
Because they have everything they need, they don't see the reason why they pray. So when you're missing something, that's why you run to church most of the times. So
for us in Africa, church is hope.
It's hope, yeah.
Yes.
It's hope, yeah. It's the last thing we have. So here they don't really play.
Yeah. But here you'll find the churches filled up during funerals, during baptism, during weddings, and during confirmation. And then Christmas, Easter, those are the days the church is filled up. Yeah. What about you?
Well, to me, I think there are two things. First, I'll talk about this taxing system.
Oh yeah.
Taxing system, it's really high, but the good thing, it really does what they promise to do.
Yeah.
When they tax you a lot, they do everything, like, let's say, like when you say the services of health, they are free.
Education.
Anytime I can just call the doctor, they make an appointment, I go do the checkup, and it's for free. Everything is okay. Yeah. Education also perfect. So the taxes are a bit high, but everything is perfect. And the second one, I think I'll be thinking more about it as she tells us her side.
Yeah, what really got impressed, I was impressed with, was time management. Time management, really, everything has to be on time. If they say a meeting is 8, you have to be there at least 5 minutes before 8, because it is 8, it is starting. And also, of course,
not African time.
No. Some of us, when we go to the office, you come tomorrow by 8, you reach there at 10. Or the person who has to receive you is coming at 11. So time management really.
What is always the African time? 3 hours late?
3 hours.
3 hours on time.
So that's one, and that's of course the weather, because for us we have warm weather. We have nice weather, by the way. We are grateful for that.
When it's cold, for us it's 18.
It's 18 that we are shivering. That's how here 18 is summer. It's too hot for them.
And another thing that kind of surprised me, but on a good side, no noise pollution.
Oh yeah.
Go to Uganda. This one is advertising. This one is advertising. This one is saying this is saying this, and every time Ogenda. Masaka, Kampala, those things, but here,
I can absolutely
they are honking every time.
Yes.
Here you cannot meet anyone.
It's because they have a lot of respect for us. Maybe if you shout a lot for the neighbor,
that's a noise complaint.
Maybe you are making a lot of noise for them.
But
in Uganda, the neighbor doesn't care most of the times. You can even put the speakers outside facing your house and just plays anything they want.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when you talk about the noise pollution and even the air pollution, every time I go home, I love home, guys. I love home. Home will always be home. But when I arrive like this, and if I spend a few days in Kampala, I'm already sick. From the noise, from the dust and all those things. But apart from that, for me, some of the things that positively surprised me in Denmark, I like how you don't have to bribe your way for a service. The service provision, if you go to an office and this is what you need, it is provided there and then. And because of that, many times when I go home to Uganda, I'm like, I get frustrated because first of all, you enter somebody's office, somebody almost wants you to kneel down to greet them. They want to feel like I'm the big
boss.
person. Yes. And then
show...
others want you to bribe them and all those things. Here, they provide the services.
And they respect the client.
You
are the boss for them.
Yes.
But the other side home, it's the opposite.
No, before even they accept to help you out, they go to make sure to sit there. You sit. Then they start making you rotating from zero. You know? Yeah. So
in Uganda, power and authority, someone has to make you understand that they have it.
Yeah.
So they have to do everything in place to make you feel like they are the owners of the thing or the owners of the business. So they do a lot of things that are not so good.
The way you are looking.
The way you look.
So if I go with when I'm well smart, so first served.
Exactly.
But when you go with like normal person, you know, without being like a dress, you go with a trouser anyhow.
Like, let's say a man, you put on a jean and
a
t-shirt.
A t-shirt, exactly. Oh,
but
and sandals.
Have you guys realized that up there, down there, okay, where we come from, the rich person is the one with a big belly and is the one that is big. But here it's the opposite.
Yes,
when you're big, you have a sickness. But you can be having no money in Uganda, and when you're like this, when they meet you on the road, like, when you actually have no money. But here it's the opposite.
Exactly,
No, but it's true. For the longest time, the culture has always been, if you're thin, then you must be suffering. Then you don't have money, you're not eating. And then when you're big, you're doing well. And especially if you're a woman, your husband is taking good care of you. Look at her.
Exactly.
Yes. So, But the other thing also, and that surprised me in the good way, is how the people respect the traffic lights. You know? So in Uganda, if the traffic light is red, the cars, the humans, they still cross. But here, even the pedestrians, they respect the traffic lights. Nobody's just running around.
I got shocked because I saw there was a young boy who was riding. He crossed like with the red light. They gave they gave him a fine, and he's young. He's like Eleanor's age. They were 700 krona.
700 krona.
Yes, I was shocked. Even that's why they respect, because they get.
Here they really respect the rules and regulations. If you remember during Corona time, also here, when they said people stay home, people stayed home. When they said keep a distance, they kept a distance.
But in Uganda they don't.
And then another thing, are you guys not surprised about the culture of bicycles here?
Exactly. That's why even the road, it's on pathway.
Yes.
And you don't have to go to, they don't mix.
Yeah. So for me, before I came to Denmark, for me, bicycles were for poor people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So I carried that attitude with me here, in that I remember I was offered a bike that I should be riding. I'm like, no way. But then with time you realize for people here it's a healthy habit. But it's also because they think about the environment. They don't want to pollute the environment. So even the richest of people are riding bicycles. In Uganda, rich people riding bicycles.
It's not even, sometimes they will go, they say it's not a culture for a lady to ride a bicycle. So we still have that mentality, you know, like a lady doesn't have to do this, doesn't have to do this. So when you come here and then you find a lady's riding the bike, like, really? Then you have also that, okay, I have to try also. If she can, what about me?
What about the culture of smoking? Women smoking in Denmark.
Oh my
goodness. Kids smoking in Denmark.
Kids smoke a lot, they vape a lot. But in Uganda, if you're at a young age and they find you smoking, they can even take you to church and say this person has
to review
because it's unusual.
Me, when I grew up, I knew smoking is for bad people. And then on top of that, as a woman to smoke, that was almost unheard of. And then you come to Denmark, the women are freely, what a man can do, a woman can do.
Exactly.
And then the small kids are doing the same.
And also other thing here, I find like women have power
than
the men.
Than the men, yeah.
So back home it's different. To see a man with a trolley going with the kids to the park. Even back home, a father to take a child to school sometimes is a problem. Because they feel like that's a mother's responsibility. Yes.
Yeah. So in Denmark, the duties are almost equally distributed. There's nothing that this is for a woman, this is for a man. You know, you'll all cook, you'll all take care of the kids. But I also think sometimes it's because even financially, you come in, you meet each other half. Yeah. So.
But also sometimes we have to be grateful home because sometimes you have people who help us. So. Yeah, that also cultures is where now cultures is. We have people who help us, so and we have like aunties. Then she can tell someone there, she can cook, she can,
And also another thing that kind of surprised me is the population. I got to interact with one of the Danish. Actually, she's a doctor. She told me that the population here is very low. It's around 5 million. That's like half of Kampala's population.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing, the pigs in Denmark are how many times? 6 times the population of Denmark.
So what she told me was the Danish people, like the women, and like let's say the family, they respect everyone's dreams. So you like in Uganda, I'm sure a family can have more than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. But here the woman will think about, if I get pregnant, I'll have to go on a leave, maternity leave, maybe for 6 months, and then I have to go for a Basel holiday, which is around 6 or 8 months. So that's a full year down. Her dream is going down. So they respect more about their dreams, and they want to keep on pushing. So they are like
career driven.
Should we say like they're hustlers in our country?
Yeah, they're career driven. The women are more career driven.
So that is something that is really surprising. You can't find it like in Uganda. You find like a man will say, "No, I want you to be a woman for the house. That's all you have to do. I'll be doing the responsibilities of working." But this side, they share everything. They share the bills and that. And another thing also, you go out with like, let's say on a date. Do you know that you'll end up paying 50-50? There's nothing like you'll have to pay the whole bill.
Exactly.
No, but that's not only on the date. Even when a friend invites you, don't go and say, hey, you're just going to eat and someone else is paying. You are paying for your share of what you've eaten.
Another thing which shocked me, to be invited for a party. For us, when it is party, we eat. It's food. Not giving us sandwiches.
When it's time to go home, you have to go home. There's no this sleepovers and that you have to play music.
No. I was really shocked. I was like, that day I remember, I was like, I don't have to eat. I'm going for a party. Which day? We have sandwich. Which kind of sandwich do I want? Chicken? Chicken sandwich or salami sandwich? I'm like, well.
And it's cold.
It's very cold. Very cold. I was like, well, no, it's okay. I'm okay. I couldn't stay there for 30 minutes. I had to rush to go and eat.
They don't give like this.
But you know, in our culture, when somebody visits, if you give them things like bread and all that, and you don't make them like what we call proper food, like the ugali with the meat stew, chicken stew, and things like that, then the person will go back and say that they came visiting you and they left hungry. You never fed them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for us, by the way, we are grateful. We like food. So me, when they say like, if there's a friend who goes like, you can come and hang out, you like, make sure you cook. Or I make sure I leave home after eating.
Exactly.
So there you go when you are safe.
And also something surprising and good. These people do respect food. Serve what you can finish.
What you can finish, exactly.
There's nothing of a hill
going and then you're wasting. You take like 2 spoons or something and you throw it away. I think was it in Norway where we went to Norway and we were told if we leave anything, it was a self-service. You do serve for yourself everything you want.
Was in Norway.
But should you leave you'll be fined.
You'll be fine, yeah.
So that is something really...
That's a good culture, by the way.
That's a good culture, yeah.
There's nothing like being too extravagant. People are starving, but you just want to waste food here.
Exactly.
And the thing about their weddings is that they are short, precise, and you come...
No, but even the churches are like that. I like that.
It's 1 hour.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Finished. Not this one of Uganda, you drank for 2 hours, for more hours, and then you get tired.
And you go in the church, they sell goats, they sell potatoes, and they are making noise. You go to the wedding, they first bring artists, they play music, they give speeches like for the whole day.
Exactly. How many people in the wedding?
200.
200?
Those are
That is little.
200 is like...
200 is family members.
Yeah. It's like 500. You see?
But we waste a lot, I think. We waste a lot of resources there in Uganda. Where you invite 100 people, 200, 300. And you spend all the money there on that day, and tomorrow you're crying. Here they just invite 15. They save a lot of money, and tomorrow they're good.
That's a good thing to learn.
There's nothing like I'm going to buy, like, if you have invited peace, and maybe the children are not invited. So it's just to go with peace alone. There's no peace and family. It's peace alone.
But up in Uganda, you invite peace, but peace has come with 3 children, a brother, an uncle, and a neighbor.
And the baby, exactly. And also, another thing I really liked in Denmark, they eat early dinner.
That's
and
true.
really, that one is good. You eat at 6, latest 6. Then after they have their own tea and But as Uganda, you have to eat 10 midnight, then straight away go to bed.
Which is not so good, because you've not given time for the body to digest.
Exactly. So that's really I liked it.
But also there is this thing of giving time for family. You know that these guys finish at 3 or 4.
I like that too.
They work like 7 or 8 hours maximum. Then they spend quality time with their family.
That is true. That I also appreciate.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in Denmark also, to just say that my kids are sick is a good excuse not to go to work. And they respect that.
Exactly.
That the schools are closed, you have to go and spend time with your child at home.
That's why most of them they plan their holidays with the children's holidays.
But I think it's because they have a lower population. Those people can manage things.
No, I don't think it's about lower population. It's just the planning.
The planning they have.
Yes.
If you see like the transportation, the cars they use for public means, the taxis, and you compare them with what we use, let's say in Kampala, the taxis that are in Kampala, you enter a car without wheels and it's attacked for the road. And, for the cars that are here, I think the taxis are more expensive than the cars that people own. But in Kampala, you enter the taxi and you're like, I'm not leaving this.
And talking about that, what I did realize in Denmark, you're not supposed to put a car that is not physically fit for the road. Every after 2 years, you have to take the car for inspection. But back home, because I just saw a video today, there was a Ugandan traveling, recorded a video. He was showing his thigh or his pants, all wet. I was wondering, how is that possible? Did they put on him? Then when he took the camera to where he was stepping, he took off his foot. There was a hole. So whenever the car was hitting in a pothole with water, water would just splash onto him.
Taxi.
Kampala has, I think, those has the worst taxis.
That's why they say Kampala City.
Those taxis are really old. They cause a lot of noise, more accidents. And the years I've been here, I've never found people fighting on the road because of traffic,
No.
But in Uganda, you cannot move like 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers in Kampala without seeing people fighting on the road.
Actually, there is a place in Uganda where you'll find the person is using the road, but meets another colleague. The guy will get out of the car, and the other one gets out of the car in the middle of the road. They first talk, they discuss something. Other cars are behind, they want to go, it's rush hour. But these guys are just, they're talking, discussing, saying it's been long. Then after they park anywhere they want, except this side where if you're allowed to park here, you park, and for a specific time.
So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And Remember to tell your friend to tell a friend to come and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be learning a lot of things so we can grow together, we can develop together. So remember to subscribe and catch us in the next episode. Ciao.